What's going on, guys? Asian guy here with very bad bed hair. Yes, I'm aware. We have just got the patch 2.2 live stream, official live stream, and I will summarize everything you need to know about the patch 2.2 live stream. And towards the end of the video, I'll be talking about the Genshin Impact anniversary and my honest opinions about that, as well as the patch 2.2, because I'm going to give you a brief summary. I'm a little bit disappointed with patch 2.2. However, that does not mean this is a bad patch. So let's begin. First of all, we are going to be getting the Child and Hu Tao rerun banners. Homer, or rather Toma, is going to be on the Hu Tao rerun banner. Here are the free primogem codes on the screen for you guys as well. I'll leave this as a pinned comment in the comment section down below so that you guys can just copy and paste these as well. To give you a very quick summary though, we're going to be getting Tartaglia rerun followed by Hu Tao featuring Toma. We're going to be getting a new bow weapon for Child. We're going to most likely, if I had to guess, get a Staff of Homer as well for Hu Tao and Toma, so Staff of Toma. We're going to be getting a new Inazuma Island, which has new monsters which will use the corrosion debuff on you, which is going to be a lot of fun. 2 new hangouts for Sayu and Toma. We're going to be getting 2 new combat focused events, 1 music event, so Genshin Impact. We're going to be getting 1 leyline overflow, a new Serenity Pot layout, which is going to be very pretty. However, it is gated behind level 40 Sakura tree, and we're going to be getting quality of life changes to the Serenity Pot as well. And finally, we're going to be getting a collaboration between Genshin Impact and Razer. For those of you gamers who want to purchase those products, they will be available as well. So let us begin. The first thing we are going to talk about is the Child rerun banner. Child is the most ran character in terms of banners. He now has 3 in total. Nobody else has 3. Venti has 2. Zhongli has 2. Hu Tao is now going to have 2. So this is a little bit surprising that they haven't gone for someone like Ganyu or Xiao, who is super popular. However, Child is going to be one of the main focuses of this patch alongside Xinyan. We will be getting a free Xinyan copy as well during their story event. Seems like they're going to have a story event between Child and Xinyan, some sort of connection between those two. That's going to be interesting. We're going to have a temporary pet called the Shiki, which is unfortunate because it would have been great if we got to keep this pet, but it seems like it's going to be a temporary pet during this combat event and combat story mode mission that we're going to be getting between, again, Child and Xinyan. And from this, we'll be able to get crowns, we'll be able to get Mora, we'll be able to get a lot of goodies, including a free copy of Xinyan. Now, I know Xinyan is a little bit underwhelming for most people because she's not exactly strong, and I think in terms of character, she's not that popular because a lot of people don't know what her character really is. So maybe this patch will change that and turn it around. I'm glad to see Xinyan getting some love though in a patch, and along with Child as well. I want to know more about Tartaglia. Is one of my favorite characters, so that is something I'm looking forward to as well. So the new island is going to have these new doggos. For those of you who are down bad, I like to bark, these doggos are going to have corrosion debuff, so that's going to be interesting to see how we deal with that. We got 2 new hangouts coming for Sayu, which is going to be great, and another hangout for Toma as well. I actually think they picked really good characters here. Sayu and Toma, I think, will be really suitable for the hangout event, so that's going to be exciting. And then we have the music event. Now, the music event, I think, is going to be something I'm going to be looking forward to. I personally enjoy the music event we had last time during the Wind Trace Festival, or rather the Lupus Harpustum. I forgot what it's called, guys, but whatever that Mondstadt festival was, and we first got the music events, I think it's going to be very interesting to do. They've made it harder as well, and a little bit more Osu-like, so that's going to be something to keep in mind as well. And then on top of that, we have the Ruin Grader event. Now, the Ruin Grader event is going to be kind of a reskin version of the Lost Riches event, where we run around with the CD, look for something, and then once we collected that, then we go into the battle, or we go into something where we have to defend the things we've dug up with the Sealy equivalent. And then after we've done that, we go and fight the Ruin Grader, and that's the event. So that's going to be maybe interesting. It seemed a little bit boring, honestly, but we'll just have to wait and see. We got 1 leyline overflow, which, again, it's capped to 3. times per day, which I hate. I genuinely don't get why. Like, why do they have to cap us? We already have a resin cap anyway, and there's also the financial cost of refilling anyway, so I wish they did not cap us on the ley line overflow, but we will have double drops from the ley lines, whether it be for EXP items or for Mora. You can take your pick. We have a new Serenity Teapot layout, which is going to be in a Zuma theme. It's freaking gorgeous, but it's locked behind level 40 Sakura tree, which is crazy to me. That is absolutely freaking crazy to me. That's so high, and it's gonna be, I think a lot of people are just not gonna get it. We're gonna have quality of life changes in the game as well. 1,500 artifact cap, which is great. I wish it was 2,000, but 1,500 is a step forward in the right direction. We're going to be able to unlock recipes a lot easier when it in terms of Serenity Teapot recipes, so that's going to be happening as well. We're going to get some more plants, more seeds, and more decorations for the Serenity Teapot. So if you are a Serenity Teapot lover, then this is going to be a fantastic patch for you guys. And finally, we have a collaboration with Razer, mouse pad customized, a customized mouse, and of course a customized Razer gaming chair as well, which honestly speaking looks very nice. So that is all the important stuff for patch 2.2. If I had to give this patch a score out of 10, it would be a solid 2.2 out of 10, only because they have increased the artifact cap from 1,000 to 1,500. I still have to say though, considering what happened with the anniversary, guys, this is very underwhelming. This is not to the point where I would say it's unacceptable. It is not a reason to go angry and be toxic in other platforms. What I will say though is, everyone should keep their standards high, but they need to realistically have realistic expectations. So keep your standards high and your expectations pretty darn low. It's a good saying, and yeah, it definitely applies here. Now, before people start slandering MiHoYo and calling them greedy, first of all, people need to remember that MiHoYo is made up of multiple different teams, which are made up of multiple different sub-teams, which is then made up of multiple different individuals. So we have Tears of Themis, we have Honkai Impact, and whatever else MiHoYo does, and we also have Genshin Impact. So specifically, the Genshin Impact team. Now, before people call MiHoYo super greedy, I would disagree with that, and I would call the people running the Genshin Impact team not business intelligent. And what I mean by that is, if MiHoYo was greedy, guys, and if the Genshin Impact team specifically under MiHoYo was greedy, I can promise you, we would not have, for the anniversary banner, Kokomi. That is one of the worst business decisions I have ever seen. Literally, their worst performing character banner is their anniversary banner. That is the furthest thing away from greed, guys. That is just pure and utter lack of business sense and IQ. And what I would have liked to have seen from the Genshin Impact anniversary is not necessarily a whole ton of summons like a lot of people are demanding. 90 wishes, crazy talk. A free 5-star, maybe not crazy talk, but for the very first anniversary, I think that might be pushing it, even though Genshin Impact is very big. What I specifically think would benefit all players is more content to play, and by that I mean they should have given out at least 10 to 20, between that 10 to 20 fragile resin, and on top of that, what they should have done is they should have done an uncapped double drop rate. And what I mean by that is, if you go into artifact domains, if you go into talent domains, if you go into weapon ascension material domains, if you do a ley line, whether it's for EXP or for Mora, for the 20 resin cost you get double drops, and it should have been uncapped. And when I say uncapped, maybe for like a week, a whole week where everything is uncapped and you get double drops at 20 resin, I think would have been amazing, because that would be great for endgame players who want to farm and stock up. It would have been great for people trying to catch up. It would have been great for people who never refill. And it's a win-win for MiHoYo, because what MiHoYo want, or what Genshin Impact team wants, is for you guys to be using your primogems. Now, if there's something worthwhile to use your primogems on, refilling for a crazy double drop event, even 1 or 2 refills per day, I feel like a lot of people would have gone ahead and done it, because the value of your resin just skyrockets during this period. The value of your fragile resin, which a lot of people have been hoarding, skyrockets during this period. And on top of that, there should have been an anniversary banner. An anniversary banner, typically in terms of other gacha games, it will bring in a lot of rerun characters, and they should have thrown in a slightly higher drop rate for a 5-star. Right now, it's a consolidated 1.6%. What that means is you have a 0.6% chance, but then when you take into account how the pity system works, it's actually a 1.6% chance to get a 5-star character. So on average, it's around 60 pulls. So if they had increased that to maybe 2%, we would have had maybe average every 5-star 40 or 50 pulls on a super banner where you could have got any of the rerun characters, excluding the standard banner characters. And I think that would have increased the value of so many people's primogems again, and it would have made people willingly spend on the game. I want to give you money, Genshin Impact. For the pay-to-win players, I speak on behalf. Let us spend our money somewhere, or our in-game currency somewhere, because Kokomi banner is not it for anniversary. So it's a win-win, because spending and game time will go up if this was what happened with the Genshin Impact anniversary. The only thing that it's speculation right now is, of course, I feel like many people have heard of this already, China is clamping down on gacha games right now. They are not just gacha games, but gaming in general. They're trying to dissuade games from becoming more addictive. So if they had done that in terms of Western terms, for the Western fan base, it would have been insane. In fact, it would have been insane for anyone outside of China that doesn't have these regulations where under 18s are only allowed to play a specific set amount of hours of gaming per week. That is the only thing that I can think of as a legitimate excuse as to why this anniversary was so underwhelming. Because obviously if they give us more primogems, they give us more fragile resin, if they give us half stamina resin cost or double drop rate, it would have made people super addicted to this time period. And of course, it's a very sensitive period right now in China when it comes to gaming. That is not necessarily an excuse, because I don't know how true that is. The other thing, and this is definitely not a valid excuse, is, as I was talking about, MiHoYo is not actually this big evil corporation that's super greedy that everyone thinks, because it's made up of so many individuals and different teams. And what's happening here is, if that China excuse is not the real reason, whoever is at the top, or whoever's making the executive decisions for Genshin Impact during the anniversary, is doing an awful job. Because I would be pretty confident in saying the majority of team members running for Genshin Impact probably did not have a good look on the anniversary. They probably looked at it and they thought, okay, this anniversary is low-key kind of trash. And maybe, who knows, they told their boss. Or maybe there was discussions. But whoever made the final call is the one that makes the decision, this anniversary is good enough, let's go ahead with it. And I personally think whoever that is just making life difficult for everyone else working at MiHoYo, who's putting absolute blood, sweat, and tears into this game, is probably just one or two people making terrible decisions. Because there is no way, guys, there is absolutely no way anyone with common sense or any business savviness or business intelligence would have the Kokomi banner as the anniversary banner. It literally makes no sense whatsoever. So before you go and call out everyone at MiHoYo as greedy, just logically think about that. MiHoYo, during the biggest celebration, what should have been the biggest celebration of their game, the 1-year birthday of their game, they did the Kokomi banner. That is the least greediest thing you can do, which is the only reason, and it might be genuine copium and tinfoil hat theory, that makes me think there's no way MiHoYo has hired someone that stupid to allow that decision to go through. And that maybe the China clamping down and maybe the Chinese government has actually done something. But that's all spiraling into crazy theories. And I don't want to get into that. What I will say though is anniversary, very underwhelming. Hopefully it changes for 2nd year anniversary. Patch 2.2 is clearly a filler event. It's very good for people who want Hu Tao, who want Child. They have a second chance. Toma is looking like a great character. Serenity Pot, for casual players, I think this patch is actually going to be very enjoyable. For hardcore players such as myself, the lack of endgame content or challenging content is again disappointing. But, you know, it is what it is. You can't satisfy everyone. Whatever game you are, whatever company you are, it's going to be impossible. Always impossible to satisfy everyone. And I would say patch 2.2, we'll just have to wait and see really what goes on. and I'm just very disappointed with the anniversary overall. So those are my honest thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please do let me know your thoughts and opinions on what is going on, because I feel like there's a lot of discussion to be had. But yeah, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.